need to get the restraining order. And we went down and got it. And after that, we have not talked for 2 to 3 years.
My sister and I don't have that bond. I wish Amy and I had that bond. I wish we could fix things.
What's your relationship like now?
Very strained. I get to the point at times, it's even been several years where the trust has been broken.
Was there ever any physical altercations between the two of you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When I was pregnant with my oldest, who's about to be 9 years old, 2 days after my dad passed away, Tracy pushed me down the stairs.
Wow. Why would you do that?
When I was pregnant with my daughter.
What's up with that?
Tracy?
I didn't remember pushing you down any stairs. I know while you were pregnant, you and I got into an altercation.
They asked me about it on the phone.
You and I had an altercation, and you went down the stairs after you and I shoved each other.
You lied to me about everything. You stay lying because you don't want to make yourself look bad on TV.
Amy, the relationship has been tumultuous and conflictual kind of throughout your life. But at the same time, Tracy, I know that you have some concerns about her beyond what you've just told us. You're concerned about her choices in men. You were concerned she got pregnant early. How did you react when all of these things were happening?
When I first found out she was pregnant, I was like, well, what happened? What was the situation? Who are you with? Even when she would bring up the fact that, well, she doesn't like the guys I date because they're black. Black and white have nothing to do with me. As long as they can treat you like a lady.
But
wait a minute.
No, it's
Amy,
not a lie.
Hold on, let's hear from Amy. Amy, you think that Tracy does have issues with the men you date?
Yes.
And why does she have issues with them?
Because of their race. It's been like that my whole life.
You went to court and got a restraining order against Tracy at some point, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
Wow.
One night she had called me and was complaining because, you know, when you do hair, in the rubber bands, there's lint in the hair sometimes. She called me and said my daughter was dirty because she had lint in her hair. This is my 4-year-old now. And I said it's normal for a child to have lint in their rubber
kids,
bands.
they play.
Exactly. And she kept calling. She sent the police to my house. I had literally just got pulled up to the house from daycare, picking up my baby from daycare, and we pull up to the house. Police pull up right behind me, talking about we got an anonymous phone call. And they walk in the house. The cop said, this house is cleaner than my house. They check the refrigerator. They see it's full of food. They asked for my daughter to pull up her arms, to look at her arms.
Arms, bruises,
It didn't see
marks.
nothing. They said, who have you been getting into it with? I said, I got into it with my sister last night. They said, you need to go tomorrow and get a restraining order.
Tracy,
And
did
you
you
did?
make that call?
Wow.
After a former best friend of mine, when the kids were at their house where we were living at the time.
So the answer is yes, you made the call.
I did under the advice of my former best friend, because when we saw my grandchild over there, she said, I'd advise you to contact Amy and let her know that her child needs a bath because there's a lot of Linton's junk in there from the previous week that she did up her hair. And then she says, I'd also strongly advise you to call the police department and do a welfare check on them at the house.
Who is this former best friend giving you all of this advice?
Why didn't you get in the car, drive over there, and inspect the house and her the kids yourself?
I mean, you know, Tracy, I mean, that's a logical thing to do. Or were you and her not speaking at the time? Why wouldn't you just pick up the phone and be like, yo, check it out. My friend told me that the kids is looking real raggedy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No, really, right?
Texting her
I mean,
and
that's
calling
what
her,
I would do. Like,
letting her know.
to know that that's really like your
called me the
blood,
night before and
that
was
something inside of you
complaining about
doesn't say, hey, y'all okay?
Because Amy's had the reputation where she neglected her children
I've
at that time.
never neglected my kids.
And you've been out partying.
I've never neglected
And
my kids. My kids
really,
always have what they
You could
need.
have fooled me on that one.
Tracy, do you want Amy to lose her kids to the system?
No, I don't. There's got to be a better possible way of doing this.
But you do know when you call CPS and the police that that's the road you're going down.
All I want is for her to be happy and for us to fix the problems that are at hand with the issues.
Amy,
Get some help.
Do you believe Tracy when she says that? That all she wants is for you to be happy?
No, because she's made my life hell since I was little. I mean, calling the police on me, pushing me down the stairs. Like one time I was at her house and we get into an argument. My daughter was in my hands and she went to swing on me and scratched my baby in her face.
Oh,
After the police had left that day, I told her, like, hey, the police were at your house today. And she was like, you need to get the restraining order. And we went down and got it. And after that, we have not talked for 2 to 3 years.